Well, hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
So maybe you could just start out by giving me your full name and your age, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Jennifer Swift Wilson. I'm 45. I've lived in Wyoming the bulk of those years. Moved to Pinedale when I was about 9, and I've got 2 daughters. One's 21 and almost 21. She's counting the minutes until she turns 21. The other just turned 18. And they're both doing fantastically well. And my husband, Charlie, is a therapist here in Lander.
Okay, great.
I've lived in Lander since about 2003. And been working with Steve here at Elemental. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary.
Wow, congratulations. Congratulations.
Me and Steve.
Yeah, well, that's great. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to interview you, is Steve has remarked at just how dedicated you are as an athlete, like how serious you take your health, and that's amazing. Did you have an athletic background?
I did the typical kind of high school sports, middle school sports. I was always doing the different things like kayaking team and woodsman's team and alpine skiing. And I blew out my knees my senior year in high school, so I kind of fell off for a while. And once I had my kids, I kept thinking, oh, well, running around after these kids is keeping me in shape. Well, it's not. And so I slowly started getting back into it. And when I moved to Lander, my friend Judy Davis had been working with Steve forever, and she said, try it. This guy Steve Bechtel, and so I started working with him and just got really back into it, and I love it.
That's great. So, do you work with him like twice a week, or what is your schedule with him?
I work with him twice a week, and I do classes. I try to do some type of class or workout at least 5 times a week.
Wow. So why do you work out?
It makes me feel good, mentally, physically, and the other part is watching my mom, who was very active, but as she got older, she was not as active. She had her spot on the couch, and that was where you would find her. Yeah. And as she got older, she was less able to do those things that she really loved to do. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I need to be active so that I can continue to travel and do all sorts of these fun things that I love to do. And backpacking with my husband in the winds, I wanted to be able to do that and not kill myself every time I went out there. So.
Well, great job. 10 years of dedicated working out is rare. It really is. We all have our spots on the couch, and we all don't want to be there, but it's another thing to do it. So you're a great role model.
Oh.
Yeah, you really are. Do you have any current goals that you're training for? Or
my nearest goal right now is I'm riding the Little Red Riding Hood with my daughters in June. And
that'll be great to have them ride with you. What length are you doing?
We're going pretty short, I think 38 mile.
Oh, that's great though.
And my daughter Perry had broken her back a couple years ago, so we're going to take it easy.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. What a great thing to do with your daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And beyond that, we're doing a lot in the mountains this summer. So
great.
Yeah, just trying to stay fit for that.
Yeah. Speaking of mountains, I heard you made a trip to Kilimanjaro. Maybe tell me a little bit about that, because I think you were training, for that.
Yeah. We went to Kilimanjaro last fall, and it's 19,300 feet, and the altitude is what scared me the most.
Yeah, it would me too.
And we went with two of our friends, and one of them, it was her 60th birthday present to herself, and we had an absolute blast. It was not hard work because I'd been working so hard with Steve, and Charlie and I got to 15,500 feet, and we got the most evil stomach bug known to man.
Oh man, it would have been easier to climb the mountain than get sick, it sounds like.
Exactly. And the porters kept saying, "You're so strong, you can keep going." And I said, "No."
Oh, so you got something like both of you got a bug over there.
Yeah, we both got, I call it cholera camp, where we got sick. everyone was sick to some degree, but it was one of those really evil, if I go up any higher, I'm going to be a danger to the rest of the people I'm with.
Yeah.
Because they'll have to get me down. So
Wow.
Not worth it. I mean, it's beautiful. The people were lovely, and my daughters had both come to Tanzania and Kenya with us, and we had just a lovely trip.
So it was an amazing trip, even though you got sick. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. What are the specific benefits you get from being fit?
I can do daily activities, feeding my goats, without getting winded. It just makes a general daily life easier. Tremendous benefits on the mental health spectrum. It keeps me happy and motivated to get out and do something. And it gives me a long-term goal that I can chip away at in small chunks.
What motivates you?
Realization of what the benefit will be at the finish line. Knowing that putting in work every day will help me get to the top of Kilimanjaro, or or a couple miles every day on my bike will help me finish the Little Red and be happy that I rode it instead of exhausted. Knowing that there'll be a benefit at the end of the day.
Okay. What advice would you give others? There's so many of us, especially women in our 40s and older, who maybe want to get fit, but we aren't taking the first step, or we don't know what the first step is. Do you have any advice?
I was thinking about this, and I have a bit of a story.
Oh, that'd be great.
There was a man in Pinedale that I knew. He was in his 50s, I think, when he started. And he had been very sedentary. He had been an editor of a newspaper for years and years, and was quite, I would say morbidly, I don't want to say obese, but morbidly out of shape. And one day I looked out my window and I see this guy walking down the street. I was like, what's he doing down here? And every day he'd just come walking down the street, and after 5 or 6 months, walking faster, and then he'd start kind of trotting. And then he was running. And about a year later, he was riding his bike 30, 50 miles a day. And he just looked fabulous. And it's literally taking that first step. Just get out of your house, go for a walk around the block. Increase by small increments. Don't think you're going to run a marathon in a week. Walk around the block once, walk around the block twice. Just keep pushing it a little bit farther every day, and you'll see results very quickly.
Okay, great. Thanks for that story. You gave me goosebumps. You gave me goosebumps. So that was a good one. What an inspiration, right? Thanks so much for sharing, and keep up the great work. Seriously, you're an inspiration to many of us.
Oh,
thank you. So thank you for the time, Jen.
Sure, thank you.
Okay.